Let's talk about being left on red. You send a message. You see that little red pop up. And then nothing. No reply. No follow-up. Just silence. And what makes it uncomfortable isn't even the silence itself. It's what your mind starts doing in that silence. You start replaying the message. You reread what you sent. You analyze tone. You think, was that too much? Did I sound needy? Did I say something wrong? And in about 30 seconds, you've built an entire narrative off one word. Here's the truth, though. Red is not rejection. It's just information. It means the message was opened. That's it. But our brains don't treat uncertainty as neutral. They treat it like a threat. When there's a delay and we don't know why, the mind fills the gap with worst-case scenarios. That's why it feels personal even when it might not be. Now let's be honest. Sometimes being left on red really does mean something. If someone consistently ignores you, especially during serious conversations, that's not random. That's a pattern. And patterns communicate more than isolated moments. But most people don't wait long enough to see if it's a pattern. They react immediately. They send a second message, then a third. Maybe they throw in a sarcastic comment just to protect their ego. And now the situation shifts from neutral silence to visible pressure. That's where attraction drops. That's where tension builds. The stronger move is restraint. Not because you're playing games, not because you're pretending not to care, but because you understand that reacting emotionally to uncertainty usually makes things worse. If someone wants to respond, they will. If they don't, that tells you something over time. But chasing clarity from someone who hasn't responded yet rarely creates respect. And here's the deeper part. Being left on red only really shakes you if you attach it to your value. If your confidence is tied to how quickly someone responds, then every delay feels like rejection. But if you're grounded, you don't panic over one moment. You observe patterns. You give space. You let people show you who they are without forcing a reaction. Next time you see red, pause before you react. Don't assume. Don't escalate. Let the silence sit for a minute, because sometimes silence means nothing, and sometimes it reveals everything. The difference is time.